Annyeonghaseyo, hello and welcome to the match review for Jeju SK vs FC Seoul. The Islanders were aiming to make it back-to-back wins following their midweek win away to Bucheon, while league leaders FC Seoul had not won in their previous two games. Two changes for the hosts as Celestine and Yoo In-soo make their return to the starting 11. Tobias was not in the squad as he was available for the fan signing event. Im Chang-woo was on the bench. Kim Ki-dong with 3 tweaks from last round's draw to Anyang. Yazan was sent off, so Seoul were forced to drop him for Park Song-hoon. Lee Seung-mo was replaced by 18-year-old Song Jong-bom, and Klimala started on the bench with Ruiz up front. I did attend this game too, so keep an eye out for my own pictures and videos that I took on my phone. The sun was beaming down on the Jeju World Cup Stadium. Weather apps said it was 20 degrees. I'd argue it was closer to 30. With many thanks to Jeju SK YouTuber Kamkyul Tikitek, he and his amazing family managed to reserve some tickets in the cheering section right at the front where the southernmost fans are. I am truly grateful. As per usual, the players showed their respect and appreciation to the Jeju fans before kickoff. Speaking of kickoff, FC Seoul got the match started, and the first chance fell in favour of the away side early on. Choi Jun passed into the midfield youngster Song Jong-bom, who was able to carry the ball forward and lay it off to Ruiz. Choi Jun continued his run from earlier and was spotted by Ruiz, who thread him through, but the pass was overhit and Kim Dong-jun rushed out to collect, but Choi Jun collided with the Jeju goalkeeper. There was no malice intended and apologies were given and play continued. A poor back pass from Jong Seung-won was read by Park Chang-jun. Choi Jun involved in fouling another Jeju player as Park Chang-jun flies into the air. Choi Jun somehow avoided a yellow card, but a free kick was awarded to the Islanders. Nam Tae-hee took. Ngeba tried to flick it on, but the angles were all wrong and a goal kick was given to Seoul. Another chance for Seoul to take the lead. Jong Seung-won involved once again as he plays up the pitch to Song Jong-bom. First time into the underlapping Choi Jun, who loses his balance, but is able to poke it back to Song Jong-bom, who lofts a cross into the unmarked Song Min-kyu at the far post, but the cross is overhit and out for a goal kick. Kwon Chang-hoon received the ball from Nam Tae-hee on the near side, and played it back to the captain who continued his run. Nam Tae-hee attempted to thread through Ngeba, but Ross was in between the two. However, the Spaniard lost his awareness and couldn't get his feet under control, allowing the ball to slip to Ngeba, who evaded the challenge of Ross and was in on goal. The Brazilian waited for support and fizzed it across the face of goal for Park Chang-jun, who tapped home to give Jeju the lead. Here is a video I took after the first goal. The atmosphere was incredible. And even on the official broadcast, I was on there. I was covered with a hat and jacket as I forgot to wear sunscreen, and my pale skin would not survive. Jeju then sought out an opportunity to double their lead quickly. Kim Jae-woo intercepted and passed up to Park Chang-jun. The goal scorer was able to turn and run into space, who was impeded on the edge of the box, but the referee waved away the protests from Jeju and play continued. I believe this was a foul. Seoul did not back down though, and they kept fighting for the equaliser. Jong Seung-won cut inside on his left foot and crossed into the box. Cho Young-uk's header somehow went backwards instead of goalwards, which was eventually cleared to safety by Kim Jae-woo. Seoul continued to press, Ross on the ball this time, eyeing up a ball towards the Jeju goal. Ruiz was a support option and the ball was passed into the Colombian. Kim Jae-woo was hot on his heels, but maybe too hot as a foul was awarded. But before Seoul could take the free kick, Park Chang-jun sat on the floor in pain, possibly from the hard collision with Choi Jun earlier on. Jeju were forced into making a substitution as Kim Jun-ha replaced the goalscorer. An offside for FC Seoul resulted in a free kick for Jeju. Kim Dong-jun launched it into the opposing half. Ngeba was dragged down by Park Song-hoon, and the Tangerines got a decision in their favour finally. Nam Tae-hee put in a teasing cross. Celestine stuck a foot out, but could not get enough contact on the ball to divert into goal, and Gu Song-yoon caught the ball easily. A corner to Jeju with 5 minutes of additional time to be played. Nam Tae-hee floated to the edge of the box, where Kwon Chang-hoon hit the volley first time, but saw his effort slice wide. Definitely one from the training ground. I do not mind it. A great potential chance. After a good half from both sides, Jeju went into the break with the lead. Seoul still showing their quality on the ball, but could just not convert any of their chances. Jeju had the better of the chances and for once were the most clinical of the two teams. Still all to play for in the second half. It is worth noting that at this point I had completely lost my voice. I was chanting and singing non-stop for 45 minutes and my voice was gone. But after some refreshments at half time, I still had more in me for the second half. Jeju started the second half how they ended the first, on the front foot. Jang Min-kyu saw Negeba make the run behind Seoul's defense and passed it long. Negeba took control of the ball and made a great run to the edge of the penalty area where Kim Rung-song was on the overlap. But Kim Rung-song slipped over when making the cross and the ball went out of play. 5 minutes after the restart, Seoul had a golden opportunity to draw the game level. Song Min-kyu on the far side showing his quality on the ball. He managed to find a tiny gap to play the ball into Babech. The Croatian had quick feet to turn away from Kim Jae-woo and passed into an open Song Jong-bom, who had a free shot into a half-open net, but Kim Dong-jun produced a world-class close-range save. And the ball went over for a corner, to the disbelief of all FC Seoul players and fans who were sure that was a guaranteed goal. Seoul still continuing to seek the equaliser as Jong Seung-won crossed into the mix. Kim Jae-woo headed away from danger. Kwon Chang-hun flicked on the second ball into Negeba, who was then able to run the whole length of the pitch unchallenged in what was a fantastic carry of the ball, showcasing his speed and strength. Negeba then took a low powerful shot, which was parried by Gu Song-yoon, but straight into the path of Kim Jun-ha, who doubled Jeju's lead. In the goal-facing camera, you were able to see me celebrating. Fortunately, the sun had disappeared and I was able to show my tangerine colours, with the scarf wrapped around my head, jumping up and down to celebrate the lead we deserved. Just look at what it meant to us to be leading the first place team by 2 goals, the best supporters in the world. But Jeju's 2-goal lead was short-lived. Babech got the ball from Song Min-kyu and crossed deep into the box. Lee Seung-mo headed across goal into Ruiz, and the Colombian found a way back into the game for Seoul. A nervy 35 minutes awaited the home fans. I certainly felt the nerves. Seoul's 10th corner of the match was crossed in by Jong Seung-won. Ross rose highest, but his header grazed the top of the bar and out for a goal kick to Jeju. A lovely piece of skill from Nam Tae-hee to evade the Seoul press. Saw him turn into the space behind. Another piece of skill with the step over, and then a flick away to Kim Jun-ha, who set up Kim Jae-woo, who let off a rocket from distance. But Gu Song-yoon couldn't catch it and punched it away to safety. The pressure from Seoul did not faze Jeju, as they themselves kept going to extend their lead. Once again, Negeba was gifted a chance to run towards goal. Choi Jun was able to tackle the ball away on the edge of the penalty area, but Kim Jun-ha picked up the loose ball and took a shooting opportunity, which unfortunately dragged wide. Another great bit of pressure from Negeba saw Choi Jun dispossessed. Kim Jun-ha ran away with the ball and was able to pass through the legs of the Seoul defender as Negeba kept his run going. The Brazilian crossed into Shin Sang-eun, who miskicked completely and the ball nearly went out on the corner flag. A great chance wasted. The arrival of Anderson into this match from the subs bench caused some problems for Jeju. His pass switched play to the near side. Jong Seung-won kept control of the ball and laid off Choi Jun, who swung in a cross for Ruiz to header, and Kim Dong-jun producing another great save. But a free kick was awarded to Jeju for a shove into the back of Im Chang-woo. Some more pressure from Jeju as Seoul went to commit bodies forward. The ball fell to Shin Sang-eun, who played a wall pass with Im Chang-woo. The through ball was played back up to Shin Sang-eun, who made a run into the box, but was out-muscled by Ross. Kim Jin-soo passed across to Park Song-hun, who let his concentration slip momentarily, and Negeba pounced on the loose ball and had a free shot, but it was softly passed back to the Seoul keeper. A truly golden chance to go 2 goals ahead and kill the game off. Heading into the 90 and Seoul with another corner chance. This time Anderson took. It floated above all defending heads into the feet of Moon Son-min, who crossed back into the box, onto the head of Park Song-hun, who saw his header curl away from goal, missing the target by a few centimeters. Hearts in mouth moment for all Jeju fans. In the stadium we all had a feeling Seoul would grab an equaliser eventually at this rate. Less than 1 minute remaining and Seoul had a great chance to pull level once again. Song Min-kyu, who was causing Jeju problems all game, floated one last cross into the box. Into the back post for Moon Son-min, who lofted it to the other back post. Headed away by Kim Jae-woo, but Lee Seung-mo regained possession for the capital city team and passed it to Song Min-kyu, who poked a cheeky chipped pass through the press of 2 Jeju bodies. Back to Lee Seung-mo, who hit the shot first time, but went wide without troubling Kim Dong-jun. Babech was very frustrated the ball was not played on the edge of the box to him, but the ball went out for a goal kick to Jeju. I managed to capture this video as the full-time whistle went. That feeling was truly incredible. And when the referee blew the full-time whistle, you could see from the reactions of the fans, players and the staff the magnitude of this victory. In a game where everyone wrote us off, we were able to overcome all adversities and come out with all 3 points. Seoul had our hearts in our mouths, an uncomfortable feeling in our stomachs a couple of times, and if not for Kim Dong-jun, again, I'm sure the scoreline would be different. That being said, we had enough chances to score 3 or 4 goals, and I think we thoroughly deserved the win. In the official broadcast, I managed to get my face in again, briefly. I truly had the best time of my life. Here are the players showing their appreciation to the Jeju supporters at full time. And the celebrations did not stop there. The party continued outside the club store and I was so invested. I was singing my heart out and my voice was gone again at full time from cheering. I genuinely had the best time of my life in this match. Thank you to Jeju SK YouTuber Kamkul Tikitek for helping me to secure tickets in the cheering section. Such a fantastic person and what an amazing family he has. He has now hit over 1,000 subscribers but honestly deserves a lot more. He is truly the legend of Jeju SK fan YouTube. If you see this video, it was an absolute pleasure to meet you. I also managed to meet Only for Jeju, a very popular person on Instagram with 4,200 followers. He was so very kind and even let me keep an Lee Chang-min K-League football card, which I will cherish forever. But the fun was over, full time, and a fantastic game for me to witness before I unfortunately had to fly back home to England. I made a post on Jeju's fan forum, Windforce, detailing my experience. I was able to experience one of the best days I have ever had. My voice was hurting all day from cheering. I made a promise to try and improve my Korean skills and learn all the Jeju SK songs. It was painful to leave because I loved my time in Jeju and Jeju SK so much. The family feeling and the inclusive feeling I had within the fan base makes me so proud to have chosen to support Jeju. However, as I returned to the UK with a heavy heart, my memories of Jeju are fantastic. Jeju Island and Jeju SK will always be in my heart. I will return to this wonderful island to cheer Jeju SK at the stadium, but until then I will continue uploading YouTube videos and posting on X, and when I am not working I will continue to watch K-League matches on my computer. Please continue the amazing support you have shown for the team and always cheer loudly for them. Thank you all for making my experience here amazing. I love Jeju and I will miss it very much. See you again soon. 정말 감사합니다.